Hey, I'm Pastor Fred. Welcome to the Follow Through. We're listening to God. Also, we are living for Him. So hit that subscribe button. You know what to do, right? Share this with somebody in your life if it's helpful. And we're going to get right to it. Open up, if you have a Bible, we're in Galatians chapter 1, verse 10. And I was reminded of a book by an author by the name of John Ortberg. You can look him up. He's got a lot of great books out there. And in one of his books, he talks about having sort of a jury box for your life. And what that is, that's like your sixth grade English teacher, maybe your mom, your grandmother, right? Maybe, it's one of your professors. Like for me, it might be one of my seminary professors or college professors. And what you do is, you're not doing things maybe for the right reasons in your life, but to kind of keep that jury box happy. You know what I mean? So instead of like saying, okay, God, what do you want me to do with my life and how should I proceed? You're going, man, I wonder what my sixth grade English teacher would think. And maybe that person, you just really look up to them or you just really don't want to let them down. And the reality is, as Ortberg points out in the book, is like you wind up living to please them and not to please God, and certainly not to live out your mission. So Paul says in Galatians chapter 1, verse 10, he says, "For am I now seeking the approval of man or of God?" Right? Question mark. Because there were people that were kind of accusing him of that. He said, "Look, Paul, you're playing to the crowd. You're doing all those things." Now, if you know Paul's backstory, you know that's just kind of almost a ridiculous kind of accusation. This is a guy who, always goes with his heart, always goes with what he thinks is right. Had actually had such incredible zeal for persecuting the church at first that he's not a guy who's just going to sort of play to the crowd or give people what they want. And so he says, okay, so is that true? Am I seeking the approval of man or of God? Or am I trying to please man, which is even worse? Approval to please them. He goes, because if I'm still trying to please man, I would not be a servant of Christ. You really can't do it both ways. You can't have it both ways. Like we live to serve God because of what He has done for us, right? He suffered, He died, He set us free, and He's the one that, when all is said and done, He's the one that will never let us down. Because the problem with trying to please people or get their approval is they may not even know you're around. That sixth grade teacher may have forgotten that you exist. And here you are trying to please or get their approval your entire life. And they might be just totally unaware of your existence. And or worse yet, like you're trying to please them and they're just playing games with your heart and with your life and kind of dangling the carrot out, and maybe they're playing some sort of weird, bizarre, twisted game. And so there is no safe bet when we're trying to please other people, but when we're pleasing God. So we do that from a different place, don't we? We don't do that from a place of guilt or a place of trying to be popular or liked or anything, but really of a position of being loved by Him, forgiven by Him, set free by Him. What an awesome way to kind of proceed with your life each and every day, to work for Him, to live for Him. And so I pray that helps, and I hope what it does is it releases some of that pressure, some of that weight that's on you, because you know what? That's one thing about pleasing people is that they are just impossible to please sometimes. But God, He's already pleased with you. You know what I mean? Like that. He loves you and gave His Son for you, and accepts you right just the way you are. But He's working to, again, continue to change you so you don't ever stay that way or that place. All right. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you next time.